Welcome back to another episode of Down in 216, hosted by your boy Will here, man. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling today as we get into another interesting video topic? So, I was going to drop a video this morning, but I'm gonna wait because I'm pretty sure we played the Eagles in joint practice today, which we did. It was at 10 a.m. And at joint practice, it looked like Shedeur Sanders had an oblique injury. Now, I'm pretty sure oblique is like, I don't even know. It's such a vague word. I gotta look it up. I'm trying to see. Pretty sure your oblique. It looked like he was holding and wincing at like his side. So they say he's day to day. Let me see what your oblique is. They say he's day to day. So I'm assuming he's gonna be all right. But rather than this, he got injured. Now, what does that mean for Shedeur Sanders? I don't think it's too negative on him because he's already played. Yeah, it's your rib cage. I know I wasn't crazy. He already played well in the preseason. He's played well in training camp. He's played well in mini camp. He's played well in OTAs. He's played well. So, him getting hurt right now doesn't really hurt his value for him to sit out or miss a couple of days because his stock is already so high. The worst thing that can happen is he could have an interception or a bad day at camp. That's the worst thing that can happen. It would have been nice to see him go up against the Eagles, though. I think he would have probably did well. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to. And what does this injury mean for the QB battle? Now, I don't think it would mean that he isn't able to still keep his momentum going. It does put a big shift on to Dillon Gabriel, because now you have Dillon Gabriel who's probably going to start game 2 against the Eagles and go out there and play against them. So he's going to have to go out there and perform. And he has a level of expectations to reach up to. Shedeur Sanders got 2 touchdowns in the first half, 138 yards, had some rushing plays. So we're going to see what Dillon Gabriel can do, man. This is going to be his big moment to come back swinging. If he can have like 140 yards or so like that, that's going to put a big cushion, not an even big cushion, but that's going to give him, a little bit of a step up in the QB competition. Because right now he's being passed up. But if he used to have, a good game or outperform what Shedeur did, then he may move back to where he was at, or be tied with him. So it's gonna be very interesting to say the least. It could get somebody like Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco off the team, because you got to think, if these rookies are looking better than Kenny Pickett, he probably is gonna have to go. I think Shedeur Sanders is looking much better than Kenny Pickett now. Dillon Gabriel, he went 6 for 19 at practice today. I try to be positive as much as possible. Oh my God. I try to be positive as much as possible when it comes to people, man. I don't want to feel like I'm going in on somebody, but they are like 6 and 19. 6 and 19. Shedeur Sanders not practicing did nothing but help him, because going 6 and 19 against the Eagles, it's pretty alarming, man. It is fucking practice, dog. We just said and talked about this. You should not be throwing. This video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see, some of the quality of my recent work. You get a signature tag on it as well. We make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So, we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition. So unfortunately, this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. Tour dates in training camp and practice. You should not be throwing tour dates, dog. That's what he's doing right now. So maybe when he gets to the game, he could play better because he's playing with twos or playing against twos. Maybe so, but You know, he got a level of standard to reach up to show if he's worth his third-round pick. That's why I said a lot of people over-exaggerate, you know, what's going on, because at the end of the day, if he comes out and stinks up the field, we're going to boom off the field, you know, and it's not really going to matter regardless. You know, he's going to start getting booed. The confidence is less. He's going to be a shell of the player they thought he would be, you know. So when you got that pressure of a guy like, you know, Shedeur, where he is anticipated a lot to start and get in, and, you know, people think he's better than Dillon. So if Dillon comes out there and wets the bed or looks horrible, it's just going to make everything much worse. And it's going to pretty much put a bit of a cushion in this QB competition. So big moment of truth for Dillon Gabriel here. You know, I do think he's capable of playing well, but I think it's going to be a tall task to expect him to do what he did with, you know, what Shedeur did. But, you know, you never know who the Eagles play. They might throw out all third-string backups out there, and Dillon Gabriel might look good, and, you know, he might be able to pull something off and say he's, you know, worth being over Shedeur. But I don't really see a world, unless he throw for like 250, 2 touchdowns, I don't really see a world where he outperforms him to the point where it eliminates Shedeur out of the QB competition, or out of, you know, QB2. So you guys comment down below what y'all think, how y'all think it's gonna plan out. I think next week could be real interesting. I wonder what's gonna end up happening. I'm assuming the Browns will name their starting quarterback here very soon, which I'm assuming is gonna be Joe Flacco, and then yeah, they'll probably go from there. I don't see Kenny Pickett being on this roster too much longer, though. He's probably going to get traded. I think he's playing the 7-on-7s just to, you know, show he's competing out there, and he's going to be healthy. But I see Kenny Pickett probably getting moved. So we're going to have some answers on this situation probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So, yeah, you guys comment down below what y'all think, how y'all feel about it. It's your boy Will. I'm out.